I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who's donated to the Masaka Cycling Club Foundation fundraiser. We need 200 people donating $10 a week for the next 12 weeks to help us achieve our goal, which is $24,000. We already raised $2,500, so thank you to everyone who's contributed for that. Every single cent is donated to the Masaka Cycling Club, and they're building a clubhouse at the moment, which will hopefully become a hub for African cycling. So join me in raising the money and help us make a difference in their lives.
This my destiny, this my birthright, patience. It take patience. You can't turn time, bless me. All the blessings me, front of your eye, testing me. God that testing me, we gon' make it our destiny. This my destiny, this my birthright, patience. It take patience, can't turn time, bless me. All the blessings me, front of your eye, testing me. God that testing me, we gon' make it our. I'm winning the race. That's probably why it feel like I'm running away. You gotta right those wrongs. I'm stuck in the game, one foot on their neck, one foot in the grave. And still life goes on. I'm traveling Bay, I'm fit for a tour. I'll be back in May. You gotta play your part. Grateful of this day, blessed to be in this game. Plus the money is great. So I write these songs.
What up? How you going?
I'm gonna do 3 more, then I'll pull over for a bit.
Sounds good.
Here comes Abdullah. Abdullah is a bike runner.
Ew!
I'll stop next one. This is my final one. I'll stop
You.
next one.
How are you?
Good. How many hours was that?
4.
4 hours, eh?
It's good, man. Bit warm.
I couldn't believe how much I was sweating when I got in the car after doing about half a K with you.
I need these bananas, eh? My nuts are compressed.
That's it.
No, that's yours, bro. So what's been happening? How you pretty cooked after that, or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was freaking because I couldn't see that coconut water anywhere in the fridge. I'm like, man, they haven't got it. I'm gonna have to go elsewhere. And then I saw that
I appreciate
hidden
it.
in the corner.
It's devastating when they don't have coconut water.
They had it.
You know, the other day, me and Blake went to the Caltex. They
Yeah.
stopped stocking the chocolate Cocoa Bella.
Oh, what's
It was traumatic,
going on?
man. We're still recovering.
Sweat, stinging eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
See my mechanics?
Private.
I'm used to clicking that and then going down and going only you. So I've got to stop now.
Do people like being able to see what's going on?
It's weird for me, dude.
This guy in this house is on his phone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sort of like listening while I'm filming you coming down the street, and he's on the phone. He's like, and here comes Abdullah to his mate.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's like,
This guy here.
yeah, like an
That
old
144?
No, this one, 142, like an
I
old
don't think I
fella.
met this dude.
Yeah, he saw us all the day we were here for you when you did the 8 hours.
Soon we're going to start having lunch with these people. This is like artwork here. These things are like strokes on a canvas. It's like writing a symphony.
Alright.
Do you know what? I want to get a smoothie bowl out,
Yeah.
but then I realise they don't taste good. Once you ascend to the homemade, you never go back, eh?
You cannot go without a date. Date is so important.
It's a catastrophe when you go home and there's nothing to do.
Yeah. It smells like a hotel in here.
It smells like a Thai hotel. See that mold?
Yeah, that's not good. Is it good? Okay, you're not getting your bond back now.
Have a smell of that. We're going to have to
Stinks a bit.
That thing's my prized possession. Tell you what, JT, let's have some coconut water to celebrate.
Yeah. Well, I'll have it.
See that?
What's
It's a
this?
vegan EPO. They claim 900 mils of this as beetroot juice. I only use this when shit gets serious.
I can't remember the specifics, but
I'll tell you what happened. I didn't know that when you cut it in half,
what this?
and
Jack?
there's still sap. So I've cut it in half, and sap's leaking everywhere. Key point, my hands were all covered in sap. I was doing some body detailing. I touched the tip of my dick with the zap on it. I had to get like a...
Was it?
I had to get like a sponge, shampoo on it, and just almost sand it down.
Nah, it's on there for good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lentil soup,
Hey?
overnight oats.
Yeah, that's a big batch. Right?
See that, right? I'm keeping this stuff like an Italian deli. I've got rice cakes. But they're cut to order. Do you want one to get you going?
Yeah.
People come over here, they tell me I want 100 grams, 200 grams. When I was living in Melbourne, I had this big percolator, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that filled up the coffee was so fat.
Yeah.
And I had convinced myself that like
That was
filling that whole thing up was one coffee.
So you put it in a Ziploc bag and flatten it out perfectly.
Yeah, bro. What do you need, 100 grams?
You got a scale?
I do it by feel.
Thanks.
Have you been to the deli at Nobby's? Mount Lebanon Deli? You have? 750 wrap, vegan falafel wrap.
Holy Lord.
Tell me.
This is your lucky day.
What?
This is
You
your
got
lucky-
falafel in it? Yeah!
I'm going to send you home with one of these.
What
This
is
is-
that, a brick?
This is mixed.
Did that come off a speedboat?
What does this do? I've seen this.
Do you know what? When I was younger, before I did my year 12 exams, my grandma and my mum used to put this in a pan with some other stuff. This is sage.
It's not just paper.
Yeah, they used to put it in the pan and heat it up, and they used to make me walk back and forth over it while reading the Quran. It was next. I didn't really do that well in my year 12 exams, but it definitely helped.
Cool.
You watch. Take notice of your state right now. Or maybe before the rice cake too, because that's going to add a little bit extra well-being. Do you know how satisfying to light this thing? It's like lighting a big cigar. Like I almost want to smoke it. I feel like a caveman, mate.
Smells like
Sometimes I come home, just hit this and go back out. We're sanctifying the fridge here. This is key. The whole bite. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. This keeps the evil entities out in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the best bit of the track.
Yeah.
Are you feeling better already? I'm feeling better already. Honestly, you could listen to 12 hours of just this sound, get the mic close. I don't want to burn it, but listen. We'll chuck these in the bin, then we'll cruise. My conscience just got aggravated. You know when you go not to recycle and then you're like, oh, your soul's crying out to you like, dude. That's an Eastern European household. Sometimes there's like major scenes going down in people's houses here.
You look in.
No, you try not to. You try and use the peripherals though. Just this incline, this climb here, feels like you're in the Tour de France. When it's fully stocked like this, you got to take advantage.
Yeah.
I feel like Jay Cutler at Costco. Should we have a peep for those dates or what? I'm doing finger training right now. Once the temperature gets this hot, the water starts tasting like Pepsi. The frozen goods.
That'll be a smoothie before. That's fine.
Oh, dude, I already had blueberries. When you're training, that. Oh, have I not shown you these? These are garden vegan meals, dude.
Oh.
This is an amazing product. Just because it's in a container, you feel like you're eating Jenny Craig or something. Yeah. But this is a fully organic meal. Feel that too. It's 500 grams. This is a full meal. Sometimes what I do is I have like 2 or 3 on the go and I eat like a buffet. There's no better on-the-go meal than Garden Vegan in the whole universe.
They deliver.
They deliver refrigerated nationwide. Okay, Jackie, now that we're back, we're about to blow our heads off with the smoothie bowl and get recovered. Just quickly, before I start talking shit, let's hit this. This is a life on training camp. You can't let the salt sit in the kit because it marinates in the kit and then it becomes salty. If you wash it too late, then it's over. You start getting saddle sores and all that. I'll tell you what.
This is a tip from the creator of the jersey. So.
I didn't create the jersey. An angel created the jersey.
Oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, once I had this saddle sore, it was the most insane saddle sore, dude. Key point, never pop a saddle sore. The one time I had a saddle sore, it was a pimple. It was this big, dark red one.
Yeah.
And I had my leg up like that and I popped it and it literally shot out like an AK-47. It was like a scene out of Law and Order SVU. So that's on now, we can breathe. Don't know if I'm equipped to do, look at that, eh? It's like a lamp to the world. I don't know if I'm equipped to do 2-in-1.
Do you lose the essence of an individual bowl when you?
Yeah, like I just think that with my capabilities currently, I think I would like to focus just on one. If they take anything from this video apart from the fundraiser, Prana. I just realised something. This is gonna be a big smoothie bowl. Oh. teeth. You want to eat it with a teaspoon?
Alright. Yeah. Didn't you used to do that?
I had an eating disorder. That's you. Come here, I've got an addition I need to make. I'm about to breathe new life into this smoothie bowl right here. Just that. The antioxidant content in this is huge. Oh, I'm getting inspired right now, eh? It's so high in antioxidants, it's crazy. I'm really excited about this fundraiser. I really want everyone to get behind it because it's such a small project. So it's not one of these massive projects where like you chip in money, but it's a multi-million-dollar project. Literally, there might be 200, 300, 400 people that will be involved in, and they will literally fund building a whole training facility for these people in Masaka. And the amount of money we raise, the more money we raise, it will give them greater abilities to build more rooms and things like that. They might see future professional cyclists come out of that club. Because we, as the people here and the viewers and that, have the ability to create a launching pad for these African cyclists to become professional, which is insane when you think about it. So the key point is we need 200 people donating $10 a week for the next 12 weeks. That will be $24,000, and that will be able to finish the clubhouse for them. $10 a week, Aussie. We need 200 of you, $10 a week for the next 12 weeks to change these people's lives, really. That's what it's about. We're gonna change these people's lives with $10 a week for 12 weeks. That's all it's gonna take from us. This is like your heart's in the brick. Like I can feel it when I ride, you know what I mean? I feel the strength of it. If I'd done anything on YouTube, it's all just so we can get these 200 people to donate $10 a week. We'll leave the website and all of that in the description and all the links and everything, but I'll ride until my ass falls off the seat for this charity. That's how I feel about it. There's nothing that would stop me.
How did you find out about it?
My friend who runs the Hidden Athlete podcast, I did a podcast with him. I loved him. He's such a good dude. And then I found out that this is his charity. I really believe that we're going to make it happen.
Right. When are they going to finish building this thing?
Probably by the time we finish raising the money. Because they send the money over in increments. Because they're building, but when they get the money, they send it and they continue to build. I can feel them when I extend my hamstring. And it feels like when I'm out there now training, it's like it feels like, you know what I mean? It just feels like, Everyone already who's supported is helping them. Everyone who's from the channel that's going to come over is going to continue to support him. We're going to support him, bro. I don't care. Like, I'll sell my bike. I'll do anything for these guys. I'm already clear on that in my mind, that there's nothing going to stop me from raising this money for that cycling club. There's not one thing. And my main intention for this video is to let you, the viewers, know that this is what is happening now. We've got the next 12 weeks to raise this money. Give yourself the gift of giving. Sounds like some tagline shit, but it's true. I've already given myself the gift of giving, and I tell you what, I'm G'd up and I feel it in my bones, and I want 200 of you to have that same feeling. It's gonna be amazing to see this clubhouse up and running. There's only one thing in life that could allow me to let that get to that consistency, and it's the Masaka Cycling Club Foundation. There's nothing I can talk about that would make me do that, except raising this money. I'm ready to ride now. We're about to go back out. Oh, that's tight. I feel like it needs to go that way a bit. And then with that new front wheel, it's just adding to...
I reckon the mountain bike front wheel and my bike's more aero.
I don't think we need much. I literally move that forward a centimetre. I don't like putting my sit bones there. I like having my sit bones here.
On the meat.
Like that's where it's wide. The wide bit for me is good. Yep. But the problem is if it's too far back, the wide bit, then I have to shove my ass back here. And then I end up leaning forward, and it's quite a long stretch from there to there. Do you know, all this stuff comes up in your mind and it kind of just goes, well, I'm gonna try it. This is game changer, see this?
Ratcheting.
I don't think it has to be that tight. If the sensor, it's a crazy thing to articulate, man. But because you're doing so many hours, you notice all these little moves that you do, and then your mind's trying to go, okay, what does that mean? Sit my ass hell far back to get it on the meat. But it's almost too far back that I start creeping forward because it's like my body wants to move forward on this.
It's too far back.
It wants it to move forward. Key point is I need a wider base more forward. But now that I've moved that forward, I have a feeling I can come up here just like 1 or 2 mil. If there's no stability in your hips, your hips rock.
That's your base.
So really there's no win because you're back here on the back, you're too stretched out. So your lower back just gets aggravated. So you come forward. But sitting too far forward with no stability in your hips also gives you back pain. Shout outs to Ride Sync. They've hooked up the new spacers. The worst is wanting to adjust, but you don't have the components to adjust. I've got 4 20 mil blocks. So I'll be able to jack that. I'll be able to take this thing off and then just run I don't know what material these are, titanium alloy, But it's a much nicer feel with this.
Okay.
It's stable, man. We're gonna have to watch this sap. I don't want you gluing your hand to the tip of your dick. Do you know what I realised we're gonna do? We're gonna open this jackfruit and then drink tea. Cacao chili. Anyone in Australia, Woolworths, that's the go. Oh, baby, you see that? The more time you spend meditating on fruit, it's like you develop this respect for life. This comes off a tree, dude.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
This is some shit straight out of the Matrix. Look at this baby right here. Let's get this baby happening. How does that grow on a tree? Hit that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Look at the greatness just hiding in there. Insanity, eh? Trying to understand how that grows on a tree is like trying to understand how you're a human being. Now we hit the tea, then we get back out there.
Well, it's really got something to do every day.
Bro, there's that much shit to do every day. There's that much shit to do every day.
When was the last time you got bored?
Bored's a good thing.
You like that? I don't like getting bored. But
Yeah, but see, if you sat there and every time you felt bored, you went on your phone, you would never get bored enough to the point where you gave birth to a new idea. If you're not doing anything and you feel like, oh, I want to do something, and you let that penetrate you, then you go, oh, maybe I'll go for a bike ride. Maybe I might talk to my neighbor. Maybe I might go do that. If you just come up against that and you get so uncomfortable that you're just like, boom, on the phone and that, you stay semi-bored and you get nothing, you give birth to nothing. Like, it's healthy to sit there and go, I want to do something. What do I do? That's the following question. What should I do? But if you don't allow yourself to get to that point where you go, what should I do? You end up doing lots of nothing. Well, nothing's meaningless, you know what I mean? We're on a floating rock in the middle of space. How can anything be meaningless? Especially when you add one life in there too. Just sitting on the couch, being bored is meaningful. We're heavily stimulated too, bro. Like, we're desensitized.
To what?
This is tea talk now. But being chronically bored, given the circumstances that we're in, is almost becomes a sickness. Just being human is the condition. In light of all of that, to be chronically bored, knowing all of that, becomes an issue. Like, you should be walking out just like on the verge of busting by the feeling of the wind in your face. We just cut open a jackfruit and it was just like, we almost had to clean your brain up off the carpet. You can calibrate yourself to a level that is the natural level where, like, you're getting very stimulated by talking or by just being out. It ends up becoming to you like you're walking around in black and white. But if you peel it back and you keep peeling it back and you keep peeling it back, eventually the saturation comes back and you're just like looking at, you're just like, what is going on? Just being alive becomes stimulating.
like this year, I decided to expect less.
But things will happen. Obviously, you're in control of the way you respond.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is the biggest gift you can give to yourself, is to not let yourself be controlled by things external to yourself. That is your greatest defining factor. No matter what happens to you, you have the ability to control how you move through any situation.
That's like trying to be in control of your mental state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you have control over. Your conditions obviously have an effect on you.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're not a slave to your conditions, but they do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We roll in here with sage and incense and beautiful music playing and sounds of waterfalls and candles lit up and no TV and only music at 432 hertz. What do you think that's going to do to you? Obviously, that's like saying we're giving you the best. You can still be a complete mental case in that, but that's giving you the best opportunity.
The best surroundings.
And then you start going, okay, I'm going to sleep 8 hours. Or sleep deep, I'm gonna eat good. That's when you got a lot of respect for yourself, when you're giving yourself that opportunity. You gotta have respect for yourself.
But that's like what you eat. That's what you do
yeah,
for
of
a
course.
job
If you don't
and
eat, if you don't eat good, you don't got respect for yourself.
Yeah,
it's
but
facts.
What does self-respect do?
I'm not saying completely, but I'm saying, like, if you actively are making choices that degrade your body and mind, how can that be someone who respects himself? Or you don't know your own value, so you make actions that are in alignment with the value you give yourself. And the more you do that, you lose more respect for yourself, you continue to devalue yourself, so your choices get worse. Best thing to do is assume or take belief that you're pure gold. You're pure gold, now you make choices based upon that value. So you never degrade yourself. That's when shit starts getting messy. Go gold, silver, bronze, titanium, alloy, steel, plastic. You know what I mean? Now we're 3D printing plastic at home. And you make choices in alignment with how you value yourself. I view my soul as pure gold. And I view your soul too as pure gold, as a Buddha. To me, that's who you are at your core. The way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to others, what you eat, the actions you take, all of these things come together to form your self-respect. Now, when you start treating others like shit, you're actively degrading yourself. There's a part of you going, Jake, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
It's trying to call you up, like, come on. But then you're going, you know what, no.
Shall we burn battery on this?
Yeah, fuck it, who cares? This is more important than writing. Part of you that knows its own value, and it will always call you up to it. You'll call yourself out on things that are not okay, and they will seem very small. Like you might not have said goodbye to your friend, or you might have snapped at someone 10 years ago. There's the very littlest shit, but they have such a big impact. And our system is so precise that it will call you out on that. That's the level it calls itself to. I'm still reflecting on Jackie from year 5. All of us are high level beings. Our natural disposition is to hold ourselves to an extremely high account. Body, speech and mind, all of them. You will get signals that call you to that. If you don't want to pay attention to them and you want to starve that part of yourself, eventually it will just get weak and you won't hear it anymore. But if you cultivate that and nurture that and feed it and listen to it and trust it, it gets more pronounced and becomes a more dominant voice in you. So now you're always eating good, you're always sleeping good, you're always talking to people with respect. And I'm no different to anyone. You mess up, and you might snap at someone, or you might be in a bit of a mood, and that happens, but that's how I look at it.
Treat yourself right, and you think of yourself right.
It all starts with yourself. If you're a mess, you're a mess to everyone.
Yeah.
If you're angry to yourself, you're angry to everyone. That's the compassion for yourself. Make that a priority. You will find yourself only able to love people to the degree that you have love for yourself. Not in love with yourself, but the love you have for yourself as a human being on a floating rock in space. You will be able to love other people relative to that. So if you have got no self-love for yourself, you've got no respect for yourself, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to respect or love anyone else.
You don't even know what it looks like.
You cannot give what you don't have.
Yeah.
That's the fucking law. So you come to my house and you say, can I have some sage? I want to give you sage. But then I go out to my garden, which I've been cultivating, and there's no fucking sage. So I go, oh, sorry, Jake, I'd love to give you sage, but I got none. And in the real world, that looks like, yeah, I want to give you love, but I'm constantly angry at you. But I say that I love you, but I don't have anything in my garden to give you, so I can't give you what I don't have. That love has to be cultivated. That respect has to be cultivated. You get your position real quick when you walk out into the world. Constantly, you're getting feedback of where you're at. And as soon as you start finding yourself judging something, you know that you're only judging yourself. A person who doesn't judge themselves won't judge someone else.
Yeah.
I would much rather talk to you and just experience your words than go, now you're talking to me.
How do I feel about that?
I'm not actually listening. Now I'm judging. So I'm not actually in my experience anymore.
Yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm not judging, well, I'm here. And now I really get to experience it. Yeah. And generally when you're here, you realise it's actually pretty good. The juice is there, but you're not even getting a sip of it anymore because you're not actually there to take a sip.
Because you're thinking about, this guy's a fuckhead.
Yeah.
You're not actually like...
So the judgment, it takes you out of life.
I've never gotten to that point.
It takes you out of life. Think about when you're going through an experience and it's hard. And you spend all your time judging how it's hard. And, oh, this is hard and this is sick. And then by the time you finish, it's easy. And you go, shit, I just wasted...
I fucking blew it.
I wasted... You just did a 125k ride.
Yeah.
You just spent 100k's of it complaining. The last 25, you realised it was going to finish. So you removed your judgment and it became good again. And then when you finished, you were like, shit, this was always going to end. And I shouldn't have judged it like that. And I would have enjoyed the whole thing. But I really only enjoyed the last 10%. So you remove the judgment, which removes the good and bad. And now you open yourself up to just enjoying and experiencing it all. The judgment... For me, like when I'm in that state, to me, I'm telling myself it's because I'm ignorant of my truth nature. Do you know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
It means that there's 8 billion people in the world and I'm staring at you.
Yeah.
And you're at the center of your experience.
Yeah.
What a position to be in. Millions of sperm, you're the one that made it.
Yeah.
It's not to be arrogant, but just that's the facts. Recognize who you are. Remember who you are. So there's a big box. Yep. Inside of it is the jewel. Open that box is very difficult.
Yeah.
So you're in a difficult situation and the gem is right in front of you. But you're up here all lardy fucking da, judging the fact that it's hard.
Yeah.
And you can't actually see clearly what's going on. And if you did, you'd go, oh, I get it. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
And you put your hand on the jewel and you chuck it in your heart and you start levitating. Let's go, Trent.
So this is round 2 for the day.
I used to get so hyped when I was a kid watching like Ronnie Coleman and that, training in the morning, eating, chilling, then going back and training again. I'm excited to see if this seat...
If that made a difference.
Do you know what I've learned with the bike?
What?
Is if you've got an idea, you've got to try it.
Let's go.
This is my new move here. I feel like an FBI agent. I'll meet you at the corner of Galilee on Way in the Valley. It's exciting me out here. I feel like I'm on an adventure.
Go. Get out there.
Pass.
We're going left here.
He's going quick.
Where'd you end up? You must have gone the long way, eh? Yeah. You got to get it going before this storm comes. Thanks for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get those 200 people going, man. I'm excited. Just quickly, you feel mad free when you go out for the second time.
Really?
You just feel free. Yeah, it just shatters all sorts of
Like no pressure?
mental walls. Like you're out and your whole body feels lit up. Everything feels like way more vivid. It feels cool.